1 week to go. Let me repeat that again. Of course, 1 week to go to this Sunday where we finally decide who will win it all. So, what is good, everybody? What's good in sports, in life, in the internet? I'm Akiem Balaam for the Real Sports Talk, giving my prediction, doing my prediction video for all ears here that of course watch our videos, giving my prediction on who I think will win this year's Super Bowl. Baltimore Ravens, San Francisco 49ers, site New Orleans, Mercedes-Benz Louisiana Superdome, this Sunday, February 3rd on CBS. Who around the United States, who around the world is going to miss that? Dare I say, nobody. Now, when I look at this, of course, with every Super Bowl, there are a million storylines that can possibly be found. Of course, the number one that everybody seems to be automatically focusing on is the fact that you got Jim Harbaugh going up against his brother John. There are just about a million different names that the media is giving to this game, whether it be the Harbaugh or the Super Bros game. I guess you might as well, you can probably put that there as well. That's another name that they've given to it. But here's the thing: if you want to say that you're already tired of all the nicknames, because it seems like that the media just cannot wait, especially this week, since this week is the week leading up to the big dance, that really they've had these nicknames for this Super Bowl. As far as John Harbaugh and Jim Harbaugh, they've had these names for this Super Bowl really on ice ever since last year, because remember, it was last year also where both of these head coaches also took their teams to their respective championship games. The Ravens and 49ers wound up losing those to the eventual Super Bowl participants from last year, the New England Patriots and the New York Giants. But really, the media has had all of these different nicknames, or whatever you want to call them, all these different acronyms or superlatives for this particular game, really ever since last year. And they were really happy, I'm pretty sure, that they finally were actually able to open the Pandora's box this year, now that the Ravens and the 49ers actually won this game and were able to use them for this year's Super Bowl. But really, when you talk about it, of course, since these two are brothers, it's a classic matchup of really where the left hand really knows what the right hand is doing, obviously. So they're gonna know exactly, obviously, of course, what they have up their sleeve. If they're gonna call one play, the other one's gonna immediately know what other play that they're gonna call. And especially on the Ravens side, when you talk about the coaching staffs, the fact that they fired Cam Cameron, midway through the season, or in the latter part of the season, and they wind up hiring Jim Caldwell, that is looking now all of a sudden rather genius on the part of the Baltimore Ravens. So there's that. Also, when you look at the quarterbacks, Colin Kaepernick, Joe Flacco, I gotta give a slight edge to Flacco because of all of the experience he's gained, all of the playoff wins that he's already amassed in the first 5 years that he has been in the NFL. But really, Colin Kaepernick, I just saw an interview. I actually was one of the many that did sit through the Pro Bowl, and I watched it just about up until halftime. And Colin Kaepernick was giving an interview with Dan Patrick, and he was talking about, well, this is his, Dan Patrick was asking him about, well, this is his first Super Bowl. Shouldn't Colin Kaepernick feel nervous? Colin Kaepernick did not look like he was all that nervous. He was like, okay, you got 2 weeks to prepare. It's, it's the biggest game of his young career. But he was talking about, well, it's 2 weeks to prepare. It's like the stage may not get to him. We'll see in a week. We'll see on Sunday if that big stage will indeed be too big for him. But it seems like that with every game that he's played, he is not worried about the spotlight. He is not worried about the added media attention. But even with all that, even with the fact that he is indeed what a certain quarterback, whom I will not name and why I will not mention for this particular video, whom a certain quarterback from the University of Florida wishes he was right now, even with all that, I still got to go ahead and give the edge to Joe Flacco because he still has more playoff experience and he still has won more games. Should have got to this point last year if it weren't for that Cundiff dude who's not exactly on the Ravens anymore. But I will still get the slight edge to Joe Flacco, even though it is one of these matchups where you have a running quarterback in Colin Kaepernick who against another guy who mainly for the most part just stays in the pocket, even though he does a few running plays himself, in Joe Flacco. Of course, also the running backs, Ray Rice and Frank Gore, I also give that one to the Ravens. The receiving matchup with Torrey Smith, Jacoby Jones, and Anquan Bolden, and also you on the Ravens side, and also I think last week's side I think was rather good for both teams. It was good for the 49ers and it was good for the Ravens because the Ravens do have a chance to game plan against this guy, but I think we got reintroduced last week also to Vernon Davis because all of the attention has been on Colin Kaepernick, and all of a sudden we forgot Vernon Davis can catch passes, and the Falcons figured that one out last week. That's why the Atlanta Falcons are not in New Orleans and the San Francisco 49ers are. So certainly the fact that we got reintroduced, dare I say, to Vernon Davis also I think was pretty good for both teams. I think Vernon Davis is going to have himself a rather big game down in New Orleans. And as far as the defenses are concerned, of course the Ravens have built themselves on defense for 12 years, of course, being led by Ray Lewis. And this indeed, win or lose, obviously, since it is the Super Bowl, will be Ray Lewis' last game. Ed Reed announced that he's going to be coming back for another season. So this isn't exactly a way, I guess, if the Ravens wind up winning this game, to send both Ray Lewis and Ed Reed out into the proverbial sunset as well with Super Bowl victories before they retire. But also, you got to remember the San Francisco 49ers, whether it be Bowman or whether it be Aldon Smith, or whether it be Patrick Willis, or whether it be Golston or anybody else, they have a rather ferocious defense as well. That's one of the things about the San Francisco 49ers that makes them so dynamic, is that not only are they the #1 offense in the NFL, they're also one of the top defenses as well in the league. So that's why they were the best team in the NFC all season. That's why they're going to be tough to beat not only this year but also for years to come, as long as they're able to keep that nucleus together in the future. So who do I think is going to win this game? Who do I think is going to win this game? Well, of course, it's going to be obviously a tough matchup as long as both teams wind up showing up, and hopefully both teams do. But when I look at everything, when I break this matchup down really good, I'm still favoring the Baltimore Ravens to win this football game, but I think it's going to be an extremely close game. I think it's going to come down to the final few minutes, and I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens. Well, not only because they were my original Super Bowl pick, but I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens to win by a final score of 30-27. But that's only one person's opinion. What is your opinion? Rate, comment, subscribe, react, and reply. Also, keep an eye out for more videos as this week continues to go on. Tim's going to be doing a prediction video. Justin's going to be doing a prediction video. All of your favorite The Real Sports Talk personalities are going to be doing their predictions as well and giving their opinions as to who they believe will be winning the Super Bowl. So definitely keep an eye out for those as well. So that's who I think is going to win. Ravens 30-27. But again, whom do you think? Rate, comment, react, reply, and subscribe. I'm just one guy talking about a rather big game that's going to be taking place on Sunday on February 3rd. So until next time, I am Akiem Balaam. See you football fans on the internet somewheres. One football game left to go in the 2012-2013 season. Let's hope it's a great one. See you on the internet somewheres, football fans, for The Real Sports Talk.